Next up on the 2025 CVC Fall Sports Media Day Tour is the Harvey Red Raider football team. We've got head coach Mick Mockner here, along with three of his players. Coach, thanks for being here. Why don't you give us a quick preview? What can we expect out of the Raiders?
Well, thanks for having me, Steve. Appreciate all the work you do for the Sugar Valley Conference and making sure our student athletes have the exposure that they all deserve. Our guys have really worked hard this offseason. We have a really great group of young men that do a great job of everything we ask of them, and can't wait for what the season holds for us.
5-5 last year. What have you seen in practice that indicates that you're going to turn that record around a little bit, get a few more wins?
Really, the guys are just very coachable. They do everything we ask them to do. I know we're not content with 5-5. I think we probably bring it up more than we'd like to. It's been 4 straight years of 5-5, and it's just frankly not good enough. We got to find a way to push forward and finally have that breakout year.
You've got 5 all-conference kids coming back. How is that core kind of setting the tone for everybody else?
I mean, this in the weight room. You walk in there and you see these two guys to my right and my left lifting. I don't know how you wouldn't want to lift hard. Watching those guys put up ridiculous numbers in the weight room, it's a sight to see. So it trickles down to the rest of the program, and these guys may not be as vocal as we'd like them to be, but they lead by example. They do things the right way. Couldn't be more proud of them.
You talked about being 5-5 for a number of seasons in a row. How do you shake that mentality out of the kids? I mean, it's one thing to go out and perform, but it's another thing to have that mindset.
Sorry, we're not. Sorry, we're in the middle of an interview.
That's all right.
I think for us, it's just finding a way to take one game at a time. We've found ways to, I think every year you could probably pinpoint a couple games that got away from us. I mean, last year, look at the Orange game. We take a lead with 45 seconds left, and we just can't finish the deal. We go on the Hawk, we have a shot to win there. We don't get it done. So it's just finding ways to finish. I mean, that's what we try to preach to our guys all the time is we got to find ways to finish, find ways to not beat ourselves, and get over that mantra of if you stick around long enough, Harvey's going to find a way to beat themselves, find a way to dominate the game for 4 quarters.
Outstanding. All right, Coach, I'll come back to you after I talk to the guys. Let's start right to your left. For the folks at home, introduce yourself, name, grade, and what positions you're going to play this year.
Chris Bird, senior, running back and slot wide receiver.
All right, so Chris coming in this season, obviously, 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. That gets a little old. What have you seen out of the team and your teammates that indicates you're going to have a better season this year?
I say just facing adversity over the past few years, I've seen over the time that I've been here that some players don't really like being here, and we're trying to change that culture and tell players that it's good to be a Harvey Red Raider.
Coach talked about finishing games. You had some chances to win some games that got away from you, that kind of thing. What does that mean to you as a player? How do you finish a game?
Just going 100% all every play and not putting our head down and stop feeling sorry for ourselves.
I remember covering a game against Independence a couple years ago. You had a really big game. How are you going to be used this year on offense?
I'm going to be used a lot of motions, a lot of catching balls and running balls. So, yeah.
What's your relationship with your quarterback? What's that?
So he's going to play right guard for
us. There you go. Drive the bus, too.
I'll probably say I'm a Swiss Army knife for the team, so I move around.
That's great. What kind of relationship have you developed with your quarterback since he's going to have to get the ball to you?
I've been playing with him since we've been in middle school. So if he's off, I'll tell him he's off. If I'm off, he'll tell me I'm off. But for the most part, we have a good connection, and I think it's the best in the CVC.
If you had to describe your team in one word, what would it be?
Up and coming.
All right. I think that was 3 words, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. We'll count it as 1. It's got hyphens in there, so that's good. All right, and give me a breakout player on both sides of the ball, an offensive breakout player and a defensive one, and tell us why. Someone you think is going to have a big year.
I'll probably say our money hole right here. He's a good wide receiver for us, and I expect him to have a great year this year. On defense, I'll probably give it to Shonatan. He's very dominant when he wants to be, and if he just goes 100% every play, he'll be a great player for us.
All right, and what are your goals for the year, individual and for your team?
I'll go with individual goals first. I want 1,000 this year, 1,000 rush yards, and 1,000 receiving yards, and 15 plus touchdowns. Team goal, I want us to make the playoffs with at least an 8-2 record. Or above 5.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you this year. Let's go to your left. Name, grade, and positions.
Armani Hall, I'm a senior, and I play wide receiver and strong safety.
What's going to be the key to the offense clicking on all cylinders 10 nights in a row or 10 weeks in a row on starting in 2 weeks?
Well, we have a saying by our offensive coordinator, Coach Wallen, fast, physical, and dominant. I mean, we're trying to go for 4 or more yards, so as long as we're getting at each drive, I think we'll win games.
There's going to be a lot of attention placed on the running game at Harvey. What's that going to do for the wide receivers?
It opens up a lot. We have a saying, you don't block, you don't get the route. So, me being a wideout, blocking for these two, to the right of me is a really big job.
Give me a scouting report on your quarterback.
He's a dog when he wants to be. I think he's a really great leader on our team. The boy has an arm. He's able to read defenses, and he knows our playbook, like the back of his hand.
In practice, you're running routes against your defensive backs. Who's been the guy that's been toughest to catch a ball on?
I'd probably go maybe Ethan Udell. Was probably one of our best corners last year. Of course, a track star, so he has speed to him. But, he always gives me a run for my money.
Who's the guy on the team that keeps everything in order? Things might be going well, everybody's happy and patting each other on the butt. But when things aren't going well, who's the guy that steps up to get everybody's mind right?
Definitely a quarterback, no doubt. Marquise Suarez definitely does that. We can have a bad practice, or he'll keep the energies down. He'll lift us up, try to get us back in the mode. So I would say Marquise Suarez.
What's the key on defense to make sure teams aren't running up and down the field on you?
We want to get our D-line to get pressure on the QB or get pressure in the backfield. We want to have our linebackers stay disciplined, and of course have our DBs and safeties have no one get deeper than them.
Give me your breakout players, offense, defense, and tell us why.
On offense, I'll probably go these two. They've had great years in the previous years, and I just think they're going to outshine everyone in the conference. On defense, I'll probably go Jeremiah Roddy. Had a valid year last year, showed that he belongs on the varsity field. And I think this year is going to be his breakout year as he's on the junior. Cool.
What kind of goals do you have individually and for your team?
Individually, I'll really just say being a leader for my team. I know the ball's going to come to me. And I'll make plays. As a team, anything above 500, it really matters to me. I just want to be a part of a winning program before I leave.
Outstanding. Good luck to you. All right, Sean, on to you. For the folks at home, introduce yourself. Name, grade, and positions.
My name is Sean Austin. I'm a senior. I play running back and in corner.
Sean, coming in, preparing for this interview. I don't know why, but I've been singing the Notre Dame fight song all day, just preparing for that. We're going to be mortal enemies one weekend a year, but every other week after that, I'll root for you at USC. But let's start there. What went into that decision to commit to USC?
It's multiple things, but the biggest thing, they gave me the best of both worlds, whether it's academics and athletics. They're a top program, in college football, as well as you get a top degree and, a lot of networking opportunities outside of football. So that's what led me to commit there.
You got a lot of football to play before you get to USC. How excited are you for this senior year to showcase what you've got?
I'm really excited, especially coming off an injury last year in the offseason. This year I had a whole offseason to prepare, get better with these guys. And just excited overall. The morale of the team is pretty good. So just looking forward to getting out there next Friday.
What do you think people are going to be surprised about when they see Harvey football on Friday nights?
Just a dominance up front. Going to years past, up front's where we probably lacked in. But this year, defensive line, offensive line has been getting after it. So definitely dominance up front.
Talk a little bit about your defense. You get to go up against those guys in practice every day. How's that unit coming along?
Coming along really well. Like I said, these guys stressed it. The D-line's pretty big, pretty good. We should have a breakout year. Like he said, Shonathan's pretty good. A couple other guys, Jeremiah Roddy at linebacker. So just, going against those guys is definitely pushes offensive guys, for sure.
I think every team is going to come into the game against Harvey with a scouting report to try and stop the run. What are you doing to prevent that from happening?
We have a great game plan going in. It's not just on me. We have, like I said, we have Chris. Me and Chris will flip flop. Sometimes I'll go on receivers. Sometimes we go in the backfield. The guys like Amani, we have a great quarterback. So I mean, a lot of teams just can't key in on me. We have a lot of other weapons outside of me. So
You get to run behind your offensive line, so give them a shout out right now. Who are the guys up front that are going to be blocking for you guys?
I got Nate, Tyson, DJ, Johnny, and Jake.
All right, now give me your breakout players, offense and defense.
I'll start with defense. I'll agree with Armani. I'll say Jeremiah Roddy. He put a lot of work in during his off season. He got a lot bigger and stronger. So looking forward to him going into this year. And I'll say offense. I'd say Armani Hall. He's put a lot of work in his off season as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing those guys play.
Outstanding. Good luck to you this year and at USC, except for that one weekend every year, though. But I'll keep an eye on you. All right, Coach, back to you. We talked a little bit about the offense, a little bit about the defense. What's going to be the key to making everything click?
Now, obviously, you got to win in the trenches. If you have great offensive line play, great defensive line play, that travels. That allows you to play football games in November. So I think as long as we're good up front, we give ourselves a chance every single week.
What do you see as the biggest challenge this team has to overcome to reach its goals?
I think just continue to sacrifice for one another, do whatever it takes to win football games. I think these guys have answered the call. We basically put it on the senior class. This is a group that's been together and played a lot of football together, and basically it's on them. We've put the challenge out there. Hey, if we want to win football games, we may need you guys to do some things that you may be uncomfortable with, and nobody is shied away from the challenge. And I think with that, it gives ourselves a great opportunity to have a very successful 25 season.
And last one for you is just define success for this team. What's it going to take?
I think, we talk about conference goals or playoff goals and things like that. If we focus on going 1-0 every week, putting our best foot forward every single day in practice, that'll be success for us. We can't win. We haven't won a week one game here since I've been here. So just find a way to go 1-0 every single week, focusing in, locking in on whoever our opponent is. We'll be all right.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in week 2 against North. So, Coach, I appreciate you and the guys taking some time out of the day to preview the season, and I wish you the best of luck this fall.
All right, thanks, Steve. Appreciate you.